What happens at pet stores when they close for the night? Leftover night. The cages are cleaned every night and morning. They have food and water before the stores close up. Someone is normally in fairly early as well. They're alone. I volunteer at a cat lounge rescue and they all just kinda vibe in the dark until we get there. It's a lot like the movie Night at the Museum. Yeah, they are left alone. It's actually good for them to have a clear day-night cycle. It's natural and a lot of animals would hate having people and lights on 24/7. Fun fact: fish actually sleep. A lot of the time when pet stores open in the morning, it will look like they are frozen cause they just float there in one spot. If you Google it, you can see some videos of it. I had to drop my cat off at the vet's when they opened one time. The vet was attached to a pet store. A dog had got out of its cage overnight and there were ripped open bags of dog food all over the floor. Lots of wee and poo and toys everywhere. Smelled awful, but wow, that dog must have had the best night ever. They just go to sleep. It's dark. It's quiet. They're fed. They go to bed. Cats especially have no problem, as cats can fall asleep anytime, anywhere. Sometimes we'll have friends over on a Friday night. Music on, lights on, talking, bottles clinking, people walking around, and my orange tabby will be passed TF out on the ottoman all night. He doesn't flinch an inch. Cats can sleep comfortably anywhere. They're fine. I still want to adopt every single one of them and take them home though. Haha. Every store is different, but there is always one, and very rare, where the hamsters stand on 2 feet and join forces to save the world. Sort of like G-Force. Well, in one case anyway, the scarlet macaw named Pepe tore to pieces the blue and yellow macaw that it had been living peacefully with for years. Worked in a pet store after college, loved it. We had 2 large, older macaws that had lived together in a very large cage for years. One morning, we came to unlock the store, and there were feathers and blood everywhere. The scarlet macaw had killed the blue and yellow. Don't remember its name anymore. No idea why. It was really devastating to the staff and owner who had had these birds for years. They all go to sleep. That's what I do when they turn off the lights. The animals are left alone and generally go to sleep. Early stalkers will get there usually in the middle of the night. So the animals really aren't alone for too long. Once the regular workers get there in the mornings, cages are cleaned and animals are tended to. Source: I worked at one of these places. A smart place, if you will, as an overnight stalker for many years. I haven't worked at a pet store that had puppies or kittens. We just had fish, reptiles, and other pocket pets. They get left overnight and that's fine. But we often closed at 10 p.m. Most pet stores have protocols for caring for animals after hours. Typically, they ensure all animals have enough food, water, and a comfortable environment before closing. Some stores might have night staff for periodic checks, especially for pets with special needs. However, it largely depends on the store's policies and the type of animals they house. Every store might handle it a bit differently. I worked at a kennel. Dogs were fed in the evening, let out a bit later, watered and left overnight. It's like Toy Story, they all start talking to each other, and I mean with actual words. You ever seen Night at the Museum? They play that movie on repeat for the animals every night. Everyone has already answered saying that. Yup, they're just alone and sleeping. But what happens to animals in a pet store? In a mall? When in-person shopping has stopped but stores still stay open, you ask? Well, those animals are literally abandoned and left alone for days at a time because the shop owner isn't willing to employ people for the same hours as previously, because there's just not enough business going on to pay them. Are you pondering what I'm pondering? Same thing that happens to toys in a toy store. Jumanji, basically. No different than you going to sleep at 9 p.m. and waking up at 6 a.m. with your pets at home.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.